The sun shone brightly, dappling the forest floor with light. Birds sang, their cheerful melodies echoing through the trees. 12-year-old Lily skipped ahead, her laughter as bright as the sunlight. She loved exploring the woods with her family. Lily, her older brother Tom, and their parents were enjoying a peaceful afternoon hike. They had been coming to these woods for years, their laughter and stories etching themselves into the very fabric of the place. Tom, ever the adventurer, had climbed a towering oak, his laughter filtering down from the canopy. Their parents, seasoned hikers, strolled hand in hand behind them. They carried backpacks filled with sandwiches, apples, and a thermos of hot chocolate. It was the perfect autumn day, painted in hues of gold and crimson. The air, crisp and cool, carried the scent of pine needles and damp earth. Lily paused, captivated by a monarch butterfly dancing on a patch of wildflowers. She reached out, her fingers brushing against its delicate wings. For a moment, time seemed to stand still. The world, bathed in the golden glow of the afternoon sun, felt safe and serene. But the forest, as Lily would soon learn, held secrets, and danger often lurked in the shadows. High above, in the branches of the ancient oak, Tom felt a shiver crawl down his spine. The wind, moments ago a playful breeze, now carried a chilling silence. The birdsong, once so vibrant, had vanished. An uneasy feeling settled over him, a primal instinct warning of danger. He scanned the woods, his eyes searching for the source of his unease. The forest, once so welcoming, now felt different. The shadows seemed deeper, the silence heavier. He spotted them then, moving like shadows through the undergrowth. Wolves, their eyes gleaming with a cold, predatory light, sent a jolt of fear through him. They were big, their thick fur matted and muddy. He counted 5, their movements fluid and silent as they stalked through the trees. They were heading towards Lily. Terror gripped his heart. He had to warn her, to get help. He started to climb down, his movements frantic, but the wolves were getting closer, their low growls echoing through the silent woods. Lily, lost in the dance of the butterfly, was oblivious to the danger closing in. The first sign was a change in the air, a sudden stillness that seemed to suck the warmth from the day. The butterfly, as if sensing the shift, fluttered away, its orange wings a fleeting splash of color against the darkening woods. She straightened up, a sense of unease prickling at the back of her neck. The woods, a moment ago alive with sound, were eerily silent. Even the leaves seemed to hold their breath. She looked around, her eyes searching for her family. Tom, Mom, Dad, her voice, thin and reedy, was swallowed by the heavy silence. Panic began to rise in her chest, cold and sharp. Something was wrong. She could feel it. Then she heard it, a low growl, guttural and menacing, sliced through the stillness. It came from the trees, from somewhere behind her. Lily's blood ran cold. She knew that sound. Wolves. Lily whirled around, her hand instinctively reaching for the small leather pouch at her hip. Her fingers closed around the smooth wood of her slingshot, a gift from her grandfather. It was her prized possession, one she practiced with every chance she got. Now it was her only weapon. Her eyes darted around, searching for the source of the growls. Then she saw them, emerging from the trees like phantoms. 5 pairs of eyes, gleaming with a hungry light, locked onto her. Lily's heart hammered against her ribs, her breath catching in her throat. She had to act fast. With trembling fingers, she loaded a stone into the slingshot's pouch. Taking a deep breath, she pulled back the elastic, her eyes never leaving the approaching wolves. The stone whizzed through the air, finding its mark on the lead wolf's flank. The wolf yelped, momentarily startled by the unexpected assault. The others, however, continued to advance, their growls deepening into menacing snarls. Lily knew this was just the beginning. The sound of Lily's slingshot was like a siren call, cutting through the stillness of the forest. Her mother, ever alert to the subtle cues of the wilderness, felt a chill run down her spine. The sudden silence, the absence of birdsong, and now the sharp twang of the slingshot spoke of danger. "Lily!" she screamed, her voice laced with terror. She grabbed her husband's arm, her eyes wide with fear. "It's Lily! Something's wrong!" They ran, their backpacks bouncing against their backs, their hearts pounding in unison. They burst into the clearing just in time to see Lily facing down the pack of wolves. Her small frame seemed even smaller against the looming threat of the predators. But her eyes, her father noted with a surge of pride, held a fire that belied her fear. Lily fought with the ferocity of a cornered animal, her slingshot singing a song of defiance. Each stone she launched found its mark, buying her precious seconds. But the wolves were relentless, their hunger driving them forward. They circled her, their eyes gleaming with predatory intent. Just when hope seemed lost, a figure came crashing down from the trees. Tom, his face pale but resolute, landed beside his sister. He grabbed a fallen branch, wielding it like a club. "Get back!" he roared, his voice cracking with adrenaline. The sight of the two siblings standing shoulder to shoulder against the encroaching darkness ignited a spark of hope in their parents' hearts. They charged into the fray, their voices joining the symphony of defiance that echoed through the trees. Their father, a man who rarely raised his voice, bellowed like a bear, his fury echoing through the forest. He tackled one of the wolves, his bare hands finding purchase on its thick fur. Their mother, her eyes blazing with a mother's love, grabbed a rock and hurled it at the pack, her scream a primal roar that shook the very foundations of the woods. The forest, moments ago a battleground, fell silent. The wolves, sensing the family's unwavering resolve, finally retreated back into the shadows. The remaining rays of the setting sun painted the clearing in hues of gold and crimson, a stark contrast to the fear that had gripped them moments before. Lily, her body trembling with exhaustion, leaned against her brother, her slingshot dangling limply from her hand. Tears streamed down her face, a mixture of fear and relief. Tom, his chest heaving, wrapped his arms around her, holding her tight. Their parents, battered and bruised but alive, joined the embrace. They stood there for a long moment, a family bound together by love and the shared experience of staring death in the face. As darkness descended, casting long shadows across the forest floor, they knew that they had been changed by their encounter. They had faced their fears and emerged victorious. They had learned the true meaning of courage, not in the absence of fear, but in the face of it. And as they made their way out of the woods, the first stars twinkling above them, they knew that they would never forget the day they fought off a pack of wolves, the day their courage had brought forth a new dawn.